Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to read out the questions and answers of JCJ prelims exam which was conducted on April 24, 2023. Question number 1. As per section 2 of 10 of Code of Civil Procedure 1908, judgment debtor means any person against whom a decree has been passed or an order capable of execution has been made. Question number 2. With reference to section 96 of Code of Civil Procedure 1908, read the following statements and select the correct option from below. A. As appeal shall lie from an original decree passed ex parte. B. No appeal shall lie from decree passed by the court with consent of the parties. Answer is both A and B are correct. As per Order 8 of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908, the defendant shall within dash from the date of service of summons on him present a written statement of his defence. Answer is 30 days. With reference to Code of Civil Procedure 1908, select the correct pairing of section and its subject. Section 55. Arrest and Detention. Under the Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act 2015, as soon as child alleged to be in conflict with law is apprehended by the police, such child shall be placed under the charge of which of the following? Answer is the Special Juvenile Police Unit or the Designated Child Welfare Police Officer. Under the Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act 2015, aftercare provision for making provision of support, financial or otherwise, is available to which of the following persons? Who have completed the age of 18 years but have not completed the age of 21 years. Order 35 of Code of Civil Procedure 1908 is related to interpleader suit. The Clayton Rule has been made applicable in the provisions of Indian Contract Act 1872 in Section 59, 60, 61. Which section of the Indian Contract Act 1872 states that the employer of an agent is bound to indemnify him against the consequence of all unlawful acts done by such agent in exercise of the authority conferred upon him? Section 222. Next question. Section 170 of Indian Contract Act 1872 deals with bail's particular lien. With reference to the Indian Contract Act 1872, select the correct statement from below options. Answer is no consideration is necessary to create agency. Next question. Section 4 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 deals with overriding effect of the Act. As per Section 8 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955, the rules for registration of Hindu marriage may be made by state government. The provision under dash for divorce by mutual consent was added in the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 in the year. Section is 13B and the year is 1976. The grounds for voidable marriage have been laid down in dash of Hindu Marriage Act 1955. Section 12. Section 17 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955 deals with punishment for bigamy. According to Section 3 of Hindu Succession Act 1956, one person is said to be agnate of another if two are related by blood or wholly through dash adoption, wholly through males. According to Hindu Succession Act 1956, any property possessed by a female Hindu, whether acquired before or after commencement of this act, shall be held by her dash thereof as a full owner. Next question. With reference to Hindu Succession Act 1956, read the following statement. Select the correct option. A. Heirs related to an intestate by full blood shall be preferred to heirs related by half blood. B. A person who commits murder or abet commission of murder shall be disqualified from inheriting the property of person murdered. C. If any person is disqualified from inheriting the property under the Act, it shall devolve as if such person had died before the intestate. Answer is A, B, C. All are correct. As per Section 28 of the Hindu Succession Act 1956, no person shall be disqualified from disease, defect or deformity. Next question. With reference to Section 4 of the Indian Easement Act 1882, read the following illustrations and select the correct option. A is bound to cleanse a water course running through his land and keep it free from obstruction for the benefit of B, lower riparian owner. Answer is this is not an easement. 20th question. Section 5 of Indian Easement Act 1882 deals with continuous, discontinuous, apparent and non-apparent easement only. Next question. The provision for easement by necessity and quasi-easement are mentioned in dash of the Indian Easement Act 1882, Section 13. As per Section 15 of the Indian Easement Act 1882, if the access and use of light or air to and for any building have been peaceably enjoyed therein with an easement without interruption and for dash, the right to access shall be absolute 20 years. 23rd question. As per Indian Easement Act 1882, the rights to do acts necessary to secure the full enjoyment of an easement are called accessory rights. As per Section 6 of the Specific Relief Act 1963, suit by a person disposed of immovable property cannot be brought after expiry of dash from the date of disposition, 6 months. Section 14 of Specific Relief Act 1963 deals with contracts that are not specifically enforceable. As per Section 20C of Specific Relief Act 1963, notwithstanding anything contained in the Code of Civil Procedure, a suit filed under the Act shall be disposed by the court within a period of dash from the date of service of summons to the defendant, 12 months. With reference to Section 36 of the Specific Relief Act 1963, read the following statements and fill the blanks with correct option. Answer is temporary or perpetual. Preventive relief is granted at the discretion of the court by injunction. It is temporary or perpetual. As per Specific Relief Act 1963, in a suit for specific performance of a contract, the plaintiff may also claim dash for breach in addition to such performance. Compensation. As per Section 2 of H of Limitation Act 1963, nothing shall be deemed to be done in good faith which is not done with due care and attention. Which section of the Indian Limitation Act 1963 states, where one's time has begun to run, no subsequent disability or inability to institute suit or make an application stop it? Section 9. As per Schedule of the Limitation Act 1963, the period of limitation for price of lodging is dash when the price becomes payable. Answer is 3 years. Next question. As provided under the Limitation Act 1963, the period of limitation to recover possession of immovable property mortgaged by mortgagor and afterwards transferred by mortgagee for a valuable consideration is 12 years when the transfer becomes known to the plaintiff. With reference to the Transfer of Property Act 1882, read the following statements and select the correct option. A. An easement cannot be transferred apart from dominant heritage. A merry right to future maintenance cannot be transferred. A merry right to sue can be transferred for consideration. A and B are correct. C is incorrect. Next question. With reference to Transfer of Property Act 1882, select the correct combination of section and its subject. Answer is Section 81, Marshalling Securities. As per Andhra Pradesh Civil Rules of Practice 1990, as amended, interlocutory application means an application to the court in any suit, appeal or proceedings already instituted in such court other than proceedings for execution of decree or order. According to Rule 30, every wakalatnama shall, unless otherwise ordered by court, be in form number dash and shall authorize the advocate to appear in all execution proceedings and dash in the suit or matter subsequent to the final decree or order passed therein. Form number 12, proceedings and miscellaneous in the suit. Rule number 43 of Andhra Pradesh Civil Rules of Practice 1990 as amended deals with blind or illiterate deponent. As per Rule 28 of Andhra Pradesh Civil Rules of Practice 1990 as amended, an application for amendment in pleading shall be rejected by the presiding officer if it is not in accordance with the law or these rules. Next, as per Andhra Pradesh Civil Rules of Practice 1990 as amended, the summons shall be issued within 30 days from the date of institution of the suit. As per Rule 85 of the Andhra Pradesh Civil Rules of Practice 1990, the summons or other process against a member of parliament or state legislature shall be served directly upon the member. The provision for compulsory affixing of photograph was inserted in the Indian Registration Act 1908 as amended by dash Section 32A in the year 2001. As per Section 5 of Indian Stamps Act 1899, instrument comprising or relating to several distinct matters shall be chargeable with dash amount of duties with which a separate instrument each comprising or relating to one of such matters would be changeable under the Act. Answer is aggregate. With reference to Section 8C and 8F of Indian Stamps Act 1899, read the following statements and select the correct option. Negotiable warehouse receipts are not liable to stamp duty. Agreement or document for transfer or assignment of rights or interest in financial assets are not liable to stamp duty. Answer is both A and B are correct. Section 7A of Andhra Pradesh Land Encroachment Act 1905 deals with encroachment by group of persons on government land and their eviction. Section 45. Provisions of Section 6 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872 incorporate the doctrine of res gestae. With reference to Section 17 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872, in LIC of India versus Rampal Singh Bison, the Supreme Court observed that failure to prove defense doesn't amount to an admission. Section 50 of Indian Evidence Act 1872 deals with opinion as to relationship when relevant. Presumptions as to electronic message has been added in the Indian Evidence Act 1872 by Section 88A. With reference to Indian Evidence Act 1872, select the correct pairing of section and its subject. Answer is Section 79, Presumption as to genuineness of certified copies. With reference to Section 148-149 of Indian Evidence Act, read the following statement and select the correct option. A barrister is instructed by an attorney or vakil that an important witness is a dacoit. Answer is, this is a reasonable ground for asking the witness whether he is a dacoit. A police report under the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 means a report forwarded by a police officer to a magistrate under subsection of 2 of Section 173. Courts of Metropolitan Magistrate are established under which of the following? Section 16. Under the Criminal Procedure Code 1973, a sessions judge or additional sessions judge may pass any sentence authorized by law by any sentence of dash passed by any such judge shall be subjected to confirmation by the High Court. Death means sentence of death. Answer. When the maker or holder of a negotiable instrument signs the same otherwise than as such maker for the purpose of negotiation on the back or face thereof is called an dash under the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. Endorsement. The investigation in relation to the rape of a child may be completed under Section 173 of Criminal Procedure Code 1973 within dash from the date on which the information was recorded by the officer in charge of the police station. 3 months. Question number 56. Under the Criminal Procedure Code 1973, when it is uncertain in which of the several local areas an offence was committed, or where an offence is committed partly in one local area and partly in another, where will it be tried? Answer is, it may be inquired into or tried by a court having jurisdiction over any of such local area. No summons or warrant shall be issued against the accused under subsection 204 of 1 of Criminal Procedure Code 1973 until dash has been filed, a list of prosecution witness. Under the Criminal Procedure Code 1973, any court may alter or add, change till any time before judgment is pronounced. Under the Criminal Procedure Code 1973, where can a person accused of an offence file an application for plea bargaining? In the court in which such offence is pending for trial. Under the Indian Penal Code 1860, whoever does anything with the intention of causing wrongful gain to one person or wrongful loss to another person is said to do that thing dishonestly. Under Indian Penal Code 1860, in every case in which the sentence of death shall be passed, who may commute the punishment for any other punishment provided by the code? The appropriate government. As provided under IPC, the right of private defence of property extends to causing death in all of the following offences except extortion. According to IPC 1860, one who intentionally aids by an act illegal omission the doing of that thing is called abetment of a thing. Whenever force or violence is used by an unlawful assembly or by a member thereof in prosecution of the common object of such assembly, every member of such assembly is guilty of the offence of dash under the IPC 1860. Rioting. What is punishment for false evidence under IPC 1860? A term that may extend to 7 years and shall also be liable to fine. Voluntarily obstructing any person so as to prevent that person from proceeding in any direction in which that person has the right to proceed is called wrongful restraint. Under IPC 1860, any man who follows a woman and contacts or attempts to contact such woman to foster personal interaction repeatedly, despite a clear indication of disinterest by such women constitutes stalking. Sexual intercourse by husband upon his wife during separation is punishable with which of the following under IPC 1860? Not less than 2 years, but that may extend to 7 years and shall also be liable to fine. According to Evidence Act 1872, anything, state of things or relation of things capable of being perceived by senses is called fact. 70th question. As provided under the Evidence Act 1872, when there is a question whether an act was accidental or intentional, the fact that such act formed part of series of similar occurrences in each of which the person doing the act was concerned is relevant. Statements made by an agent expressly or impliedly authorized are called as admission. Section 36 of Evidence Act 1872 provides for relevancy of statements in maps, charts and plans. As provided under Section 61 of Evidence Act 1872, how may the contents of documents be provided? Either by primary or by secondary evidence. Under the Evidence Act 1872, in order to ascertain whether a digital signature is that of the person by whom it purports to have been affixed, the court may direct which of the following: certifying authority to produce a digital signature certificate. Who can provide a certified copy of a public document under Evidence Act 1872? Every public officer having the custody of a public document. As provided under the Evidence Act 1872, when the question is whether any person is the owner of anything of which he is known to be in possession, the burden of proving that he is not the owner is on which of the following? On the person who affirms that he is not the owner. According to Evidence Act 1872, no public officer shall be compelled to disclose communications made to him in official confidence when he considers that the public interest would suffer by the disclosure. Under Section 140 of the Evidence Act 1872, the witness to dash may be cross-examined and re-examined. Answer is character. Holder in due course means any person who for consideration became the dash of a promissory note, bill of exchange or check if payable to the bearer. Possessor. Question number 80. Section 11 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 defines inland instruments. Under Section 82 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881, the maker, acceptor, endorser respectively of a negotiable instrument is discharged from liability thereon by following except by transfer to another person. Under Section 10 of Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, which of the following cannot be a service provider? Any relative. Question number 83. Under Section 15 of the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, who can assist the magistrate in discharging his functions? Welfare expert. Under the Criminal Rules of Practice and Circular Orders 1990, where may the magistrate appointed to mobile courts hold their sittings? Any place within the territorial jurisdiction. As per Criminal Rules of Practice, who shall orderly sign the summons issued to witnesses? Chief Ministerial Officer of the Court. Under the Criminal Rules of Practice and Circular Orders 1990, the summons intended to be served on members of Parliament or State Legislature shall be served by which of the following methods? Sent through court or police or by registered post. Under Rule 30 of Criminal Rules of Practice 1990, when an accused is released on bail during investigation, he is subject to which of the following conditions? He shall be bound over to appear in the court after the charge sheet is filed and summons served on him. Next question. According to Rule 46 of Criminal Rules of Practice 1990, every affidavit shall bear an stating on whose behalf it is filed endorsement. Under the Criminal Rules of Practice 1990, in which of the following administrative forms shall the Sessions Judge and Magistrate maintain a diary? Form number 11. Arrack, as defined under the Andhra Pradesh Excise Act 1968, includes all liquor produced or manufactured in India and supplied by the government other than foreign liquor and Indian-made foreign liquor. Who shall be the chief controlling authority in all matters connected with the administration of the Andhra Pradesh Excise Act 1968? Commissioner of Excise. The import of intoxicants under the Andhra Pradesh Excise Act 1968 is permitted on which are the following conditions? Payment of excise duty or countervailing duty and fees. Next question. Under Section 16 of the Andhra Pradesh Excise Act 1968, the Commissioner may, with the previous sanction of the government, do which of the following? Establish or continue a distillery in which spirit may be manufactured. When anything is seized under subsection 2 of section 10 of Andhra Pradesh Gaming Act 1974, and if magistrate is satisfied that the police officer who seized it has reasonable grounds for suspecting that the thing so seized was dash, it shall be presumed that the thing was an instrument of gaming. An instrument of gaming. Instruments of gaming as defined under Andhra Pradesh Gaming Act 1974 includes all of the following except light. Every offence under the Andhra Pradesh Gaming Act 1974 is cognizable and non-bailable. Next question. As provided under the Juvenile Justice Act 2015, how often shall the Chief Judicial Magistrate or Chief Metropolitan Magistrate review the pendency of cases of the board? Once in every 3 months. Last question. The powers of children courts are provided under which of the following sections of Juvenile Justice Act 2015? Section 19.
Do practice well. All the best. Thanks for watching.